We have every reason to fear that, left unchecked, Gaddafi will commit unspeakable atrocities.
I saw what was going on. I couldn't believe it. And I had people that I knew at African Command. And so rather than calling Washington, I called them and said, what's going on? And I said, I was just there in Libya. I've been all over the country. Is there something I can do to, to help and to maybe see what we can do to resolve this?
Africa Command, known as AFRICOM, connected Kubik with Lieutenant Colonel Brian Linville. He was the military attaché to the U.S. Embassy in Tripoli. He represented DoD's and AFRICOM's interests.
I said to him, what we really need to do is, under the laws of war, have a 72-hour truce to have discussions between battlefield commanders. He thought that was a pretty good idea. And so we drafted kind of a 4-point agreement.
March 19th marked the beginning of 3 days of ceasefire negotiations. The agreement included a 72-hour truce, which would allow Gaddafi to pull back his troops while the ceasefire terms were negotiated. The entire process would be monitored by African Union representatives.
All indications are that a lot of knowledgeable people in the intelligence community that have the duty to protect national security were trying to do their jobs and to stave off a revolution. They were hopeful that this would work because we all understood that there is enough credible evidence to suggest that Al-Qaeda has now moved into Libya and is actively within the rebel opposition, and it's something that none of us could stop or control.
And so we were moving towards having this ceasefire when word got back to me that higher authority, Department of Defense, the White House, had basically canceled any discussion of a truce.
It became very apparent that this was never about saving lives, that none of that mattered because we had given them all the credible information necessary to make a good decision, and there was a ceasefire on the table that was ignored by the White House.